It's true, we all put our pants on one leg at a time. But what's also true, we don't all like to wear the same pants. I'm gonna share with y'all 3 of my favorites starting right now. The first pair of jeans I'm gonna talk about today are these right here, Wranglers. I am a Wranglers fan. I've got about 10 pair, and one of the things I love about Wranglers is that they're affordable. So you can have multiple pairs of them and not have dropped just a whole bunch of money to buy them. This pair in particular is the Wrangler 936s. They're the same as their original Cowboy cut, but this is the slim fit. Now I wear both the Cowboy cut originals and this slim fit here, and I like both of them. Depending on what I'm doing, I might like one better than the other or whatnot, but they're both great jeans. They're the same, just have a little bit different fit. So I'm including both of those when I talk about the Wranglers, the 936s and the 13 MWZs. Those are my favorite model of Wranglers. They make all kinds of other ones. I've got some other ones, some George Straights, some 20Xs, vintage retros, I think are what they're called. Really, honestly, I don't hardly wear those others at all. I just like the 936s and the 13 MWZs. To me, they're the best. They're classic. They haven't changed in decades. I'll be a Wrangler 936 and 13 MWZ fan for life. I won't wear them exclusively, but I'll always have some. What I like about them, they look good, they fit good, they get the job done well. You know, I can ride in these, I can work in these, they're tough. If they do get messed up like these, they've got a little hole in the knee here, a little hole over here where I got caught in some barbed wire. It's not the end of the world because again, at entry-level price point, we're talking about $29.99 for a pair of brand new jeans, or even cheaper sometimes if they're on sale. You don't have to worry about them too much. You can really just put them on, go to work, and that's, to me, really important when I'm out working, whether I'm doing fence work or cutting firewood or riding horses or getting dirty, feeding calves, whatever it might be. It's great just to put something on and it not even be a thought anymore after you button it and zip up the zipper. You just go. So I love that about the Wranglers. Again, just iconic. Everybody knows Wrangler. So here's a couple things that I don't prefer about the Wranglers real quick before we move on. One of them is there seems to be a little bit of sizing inconsistency. For example, these are a 30-38 and they fit me great. Fantastic, I got plenty of room. They're not trouble to get on or anything. Excuse me. I've got a pair in there in the room. They're a 31-38 and it takes all I have to squeeze into those, and basically at that point it's not any good to work in. They're just too tight, and so like you can't ride in them. It's hard to get up on a saddle, you know. It's just, so that bothers me. I wish that they always fit the same every time, but overall most of the time I love the way they fit. I will say this, if you're gonna get the 936s over the 13 MWZs, I recommend go up a waist size. And if you're used to wearing 936s and you wanna try some 13 MWZs, go down a waist size in the 13 MWZ. That original fit just seems to fit a little bigger, not just, you know, through the legs, but in the waist too. At least for me, that's what I've noticed. So, Wrangler, I love you. Thank you so much for making a great product. One request, come back and make your products right here in the USA, in Cowboy land, the United States of America. Here they are, jean number 2, or actually I guess I should probably say pant, or what they're referred to by Schaefer Outfitter, the dungarees. I always thought it was dungarees. I kept saying dungarees. If you watch my Instagram or TikTok videos, I've worn these so much, I always say these are my Schaefer Outfitter dungarees, but my friend told me it's dungarees. It's kind of funny. I just wouldn't assume it was dungarees because dung, anyway. But these right here are called the Ranch Hand Fence Line dungarees from Schaefer Outfitter. And I got these in December, and I have probably worn these more than I have worn any other pant or jean since then. Now they're not actually denim, so that's why I'm not calling them a jean. Technically, I think they would be referred to as a pant. And these are sort of like a duck canvas. So, for example, like a Carhartt material. sort of, but a lot more comfortable than that would be. And I'm just a massive fan of these. I like the color a lot, this dark chocolate color. I think it's classy, it looks nice. I can wear these to work in, and I also feel like I can put these on when I want to be dressed up, and I don't just have on jeans, I have on something that looks nicer. So as far as versatility goes, I don't think you can beat these, honestly. They look great and they're tough as all get out. And in a pant or a jean, what more can you ask for? You can go to work in them, like I said, or you can go out in them and have something on that's just nice. So there's a lot to say about these pants. I will start with, I love that they're a high rise. They fit a lot like those Wranglers I just had on. They've got a high waist. I like a high waist in jeans and in pants. You're definitely gonna find that out about me. I don't like low rise or mid rise jeans. I don't know what it is. Just everybody has a different body type and they just don't work as well for me. I like the higher rise. So love that about these. Probably if there was one thing that I was going to change about these, it would simply be the zipper length. The Wranglers have a longer zipper and they're just more comfortable because of that. I like that better about the Wrangler over these. But as far as ones that I have been leaning to more and more and more, this has been it. And another thing, I kind of just like being a little bit different than, you know, other people. So not just wearing denim or jeans all the time, having something different to put on. That's fun. And yeah, like I said, they are awesome. They're tough. They come with some type of protectant on them as well that helps them be a little bit water resistant, which I really love. And Schaefer Outfitter has a really cool store down in the stockyards in Fort Worth. That's where I got these. And y'all have seen my jackets video. You saw me talk about the wax to jacket that I have from Schaefer Outfitter. And those two just pair awesome together. In my very first video I ever made about my hats, I was wearing that jacket, these pants, a white pearl snap like I'm wearing now, and I had on a red silk wild drag versus this is just a cotton bandana. But anyway, it looks great. And I'm a big fan. They've also got the fifth pocket here, right here, where you can put, you know, pliers or whatever. I clip my multi-tool there a lot if I'm going out to work on fence. I run a lot of electric fence here on my property, and it's always needing to be repaired somewhere. The deer. That's another topic for another time. But I love having that extra pocket right there. Definitely comes in handy when I need a place to stick a pair of pliers. And I'm trying to think what else I'd like to share with you all about these. Oh, the belt loops. I love a pair of pants that has 7 belt loops, maybe just because I'm so used to wearing Wranglers, but these have 7 belt loops as well. So I really like that about this pair of pants. I've only worn these dungarees from Schaefer during the winter time. It's starting to get warm obviously here now. So I'm excited to see what they're like wearing them through the summer, if they'll be hot or you know, just how breathable and etc. they'll be. Through the winter, I thought they were great. I thought they were warm. I never, you know, had them on and felt like, oh man, these are cold or something like that. So I am looking forward to the summertime. But so far, I literally have 0 complaints about these, except I do wish they had the longer zipper. That would just make them more comfortable and make that higher waistline that they have function better. That's my opinion about these pants. So all of this stuff I'm talking about, I'll have links down below, and I don't earn anything from these links. Schaefer has actually reached out to me and is interested in partnering with me, and I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, you know, we haven't made any official agreements about anything. So yeah, check them out. Amazing pants, the fence line, the ranch hand fence line dungarees by Schaefer Outfitter. I think you're going to be a big fan. Well, last but certainly not least are the Coms Ranch Cow Model jeans. These jeans have been awesome. I got them at the same time I got the Schaefer pants down at the Fort Worth Stockyards at the Coms Ranch store there, and I am a big fan. The thing that I love about these well, I like a lot about them, but one thing specifically, they are USA made. And that means a lot to me as an American citizen. Having something made here in my own country, I think is really cool. Another thing that I just like about the Combs brand in general is I live in the state of Oklahoma. We have a lot of tornadoes here, and not too long ago, some rough tornadoes came through, caused a lot of damage, and Combs Ranch sent a semi-load trailer full of jeans and clothes down to the people who were affected by those tornadoes, and that meant a lot to me as well. And so those are two things just outside of how awesome the jeans are themselves that I really like about the Combs Ranch brand. The first pair of Combs Ranch jeans that I had were the raw denim. They were the Dylan jeans, the raw denim Dylans, and I really liked those, but since they were raw denim, they got put in the dryer, they got dried too hot, and they got too short for me. So I got rid of those. And the only other thing I didn't like about them was that they didn't have the higher waistline like you guys have heard me talk about I like so much. And I didn't know Combs had a jean with a higher waistline because I had never seen them in store. But one night I was looking on their website, and I happened to see that these had the higher waistline. And so I had been really excited to try them, and since then I got these great pants. Seriously, they're not, they've got some they're like 99% cotton or 98% cotton and 2% elastane or whatever that's called, that gives jeans a little bit of stretch. I don't even hardly notice it. I do notice that they're really comfortable though, and big fan of these jeans. If you've watched my Instagram or TikTok videos at all, I post there pretty much every day about what I'm wearing. You've heard me talk about how much I also like this knife pocket right here. They've got this little pocket just perfect for a pocket knife to go into, and I love that because I need a pocket knife often when I'm out here working, doing stuff, and just knowing exactly where it's at all the time, right here, reach in, get it, put it back, not having to dig down in my pocket. I actually love that. Just the little convenient things that make life easier go a long way when it comes to how much a person likes a product, and that's one of the reasons I love these. They've got the higher waistline, the longer zipper, they fit really well. I love the length on them. They come longer than I think my Wranglers or the Schaefer pants do. Even though those are both 38-inch length, these are like 2.5 inches longer, I think, than those. And for a guy like me who likes to be able to stack his jeans or sometimes cuff them, I like that a lot. The only thing that I would really change about these Combs Ranch jeans are something that I did change about them, which is really cool because I can't do that with, I can't make the zipper longer on the Schaefer pants or change where, Wrangler makes theirs or whatever. But I'm not a huge fan of the design they put on the back pockets of these. And I know that's their brand and that's their logo. I think the logo's cool. I just, especially on this pair, because of the color contrast and whatnot, I didn't like how, I guess, noticeable it was. It just, to me, made them look a little less nice, and I feel like these are such an awesome looking pair of jeans. So literally, not one, when I got these, I got out my knife, my pocket knife, and I just ripped out the seams and took, it's just stitched to their branding on the back pockets, and I took it right off. Combs, I'm sure you're not a big fan of that. I know that's branding for you guys, advertising, but I just felt like the jeans looked better without that design, that logo there stitched on the back. And yeah, so I went ahead and just popped to those seams on both of them, got it taken off, and yeah, so that's the one thing I would change and did change about these Combs Ranch Cow model jeans. Really comfortable. If you like 13 MWZs or 936s from Wrangler, I really think you'll like these. They're going to be more comfortable in some ways, in my opinion. They're a little bit lighter. They're not quite as heavy as a denim, but yeah, fantastic. Don't know what else to say about them except that I do recommend that you try a pair. And again, I'm not being paid by Combs or anything to talk about these jeans. I just like them. For now, these are my 3 favorites. Really like them a lot. I would like to know what jeans and pants you like to wear. Let me know in the comments because I'm always trying new stuff, and I like to get to try things and tell more people what I think about them. So yeah, let me know what you like to wear. And if you put your pants on one leg at a time like me, you know, I'd be funny to see if you don't. I guess you could do the whole, like, jump 2 feet in the air and try to put them on. That'd be a trick. So if you could do that, put that on TikTok, you'll go viral or something. Thank you guys for watching What a Cowboy Wears, for learning and exploring the world of Western fashion and cowboy gear with me. I sure do appreciate it. God bless you guys, and I'll catch you next time right here on What a Cowboy Wears. I also got these in December at the Fort Worth